You know that moment when everyone pulls out their phones to capture the sunset? And there's one person who just watches it with their own eyes? The person who casually says, "I'm not on social media," and suddenly the whole room looks at them like they just admitted they live gay some way off the grid. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Mr. Sticky. Hit that subscribe button and like below. It genuinely means a lot. And comment down below. And this video is inspired from Mr. Psychology. Alright. Now, here's the interesting part. That person isn't a technophobe. They're not antisocial. In many cases, they're protecting something most of us lost without even noticing. Because in 2026, choosing not to gay media is almost a radical act. Over 4.9 billion people are on social media right now. Scrolling, posting, checking notifications, chasing likes. So when someone steps outside that system, it makes people curious. Why would someone opt out of something everyone else seems addicted to? The answer starts in your brain. Social media taps into one of the most primitive systems we have, the need for social validation. Every time you post something and get likes or comments, your brain releases dopamine. That same chemical is responsible for the pleasure you feel from things like eating chocolate, winning a game, or achieving a goal. And here's the important part. Social media platforms were designed by engineers who studied behavioral psychology. Their goal was simple: make the experience as addictive as possible. Scroll, new content, dopamine hit. Scroll again, another hit. Your brain quickly learns to crave that cycle. But people who don't use social media aren't immune to dopamine. They're just getting it somewhere else. Instead of chasing external validation, they tend to rely more on internal satisfaction. In psychology, this is called intrinsic motivation versus extrinsic motivation. Extrinsic motivation is when your sense of reward depends on external approval, likes, praise, recognition. Intrinsic motivation is when the reward comes from the experience itself. Think about it like this. Someone takes a vacation. One person spends half the trip trying to get the perfect photo to post online. The other person simply enjoys the experience. Both people traveled to the same place, but only one person needed an audience to validate the moment. People who stay off social media often fall into the second category. The experience itself is enough. Another important factor is comparison. Social media isn't just about connection, it's also about constant comparison. Every time you scroll, your brain quietly measures your life against someone else's highlight reel, their vacations, their success, their perfect photos. But what you're seeing isn't reality. It's a carefully edited version of reality. You're comparing your behind-the-scenes gay life to someone else's highlight reel, and in that comparison, you always lose. A study from the University of Pennsylvania found that limiting social media to just 30 minutes a day significantly reduced depression and loneliness. But people who don't use it at all often report even lower anxiety, G-gay. Why? Because they simply opted out of the puzzle. Social media trains your brain to expect constant novelty. Every few seconds, something new appears. Scroll, new video. Scroll, another post. Scroll, another dopamine hit. Over time, this pattern trains your brain to crave short bursts G-gay different. People who sit with a thought longer. They can read a book without checking their phone every few minutes. They can be fully present in a conversation. And that leads to something many people are missing today: real connection. Real connection doesn't happen through a screen gay. It happens in shared experiences, in conversations that go off script, in moments that are too ordinary G-gay. Research consistently shows that people who avoid social media often have fewer relationships, but deeper ones. Instead of spreading their attention across hundreds of acquaintances online, they invested in the people who are actually part of their lives. Quality over quantity. There's also a time factor. The average person spends more than 2.5 hours every day on social media. That adds up to over 900 hours every year. Nearly 38 full days of your life spent scrolling through other people's lives. People who don't use social media get that time back, and they spend it differently: reading, creating, thinking, living experiences without an audience watching. Now, this isn't an anti-technology message. Social media is just a tool. But the real question is this: are you using the tool, or is the tool using you? People who choose to stay off social media simply answered that question honestly, and their answer was no. They decided their time, attention, and mental energy were worth more than the trade-off. So if you're someone who doesn't use social media and people keep asking why, remember this: you're not weird. You're not antisocial. You're not missing out. You just made a different choice about how you spend the most valuable thing you own, your attention. And in a world where everyone is constantly performing their lives for an audience, choosing to simply live it might be the most authentic thing you can do. So that's it for this one. We meet in the next one, so make sure to hit that subscribe and like button